Today we will take a small chapter, that is drug, medicine and remedy. We have completed vehicles, a very big chapter, plus we have completed external application, that is again a larger chapter. So today we will take a small chapter, that is drug, medicine and remedy. Yesterday, I got 55 students tutorial answer sheets. So, what about the others? Why they are not submitting the tutorial, I don't know. But definitely, it will not be beneficial to you when there will be a examination. This is for the tutorial is taken for the writing, so that the writing skill will increase and you will be able to write down in a limited period. So if those students are not interested, please give me the note that we will not write anything, we are not having the books or whatever the problems you are facing. So today's lecture is about drug, medicine and remedy. So what is drug? So in the aphorism number 20 to 23 and 105 to 116, Dr. Hahnemann has explained what is a drug. This drug word is derived from the French word that is a drogue, which means herb. So herb means the plant which we are using for the preparation of medicine. So that is a French word, that is the drogue. Drug is a therapeutic agent. Therapeutic, the meaning of therapeutic we know, which is useful for that particular organ. Then drug which is useful, or the substance which is useful for that particular disease. That is a therapeutic. The therapeutics of surgery, therapeutics of gynecops, that you will study from the third year. So with the main paper, you will having a one paper that is a therapeutics. So in that therapeutics, they will ask you the certain medicines related to the uterus, or if there is a hepatitis B, then they will ask write the therapeutics of hepatitis B. So you have to write down the gentium, bacteria. So all the medicines which are pathologically act especially on the liver. That is nothing but the therapeutic. So this is a therapeutic agent. That means the drug which will act on the particular system of the body, prepared pharmaceutically. Pharmaceutically means according to all the norms of your pharmacopoeia from standardized drug substance. So standardized drug substance means the identification, collection and the selection is proper, and that drug has passed through all the methods of standardization that we have seen, that is the organoleptic, then microscopic, biological if it is a nosode and sarcode, or chemical if it is belongs to mineral and acid group. So all the standardized and the systemic analysis, so all the standardized process वो ड्रग ने कंप्लीट किए हैं, that substance we can take, but according to rules and regulations of pharmacopoeia. So if the plant is Azardichata indica, then we will take only the leaves of that plant. So that the part which we are using, that is also given in the pharmacopoeia, which is sufficiently capable of affecting the sensations and functions. So that drug is it should be a herb. It should have a medicinal property. That here we are using the word therapeutic. Then first one, it should be a therapeutic one. Second, it pharmaceutically it should be standardized. Pharmaceutically means we have seen the 5 processes for standardization, and it should pass all that stages of standardization. According to then it according to the rules and regulations of the pharmacopoeia. That means the part which we are collecting, it should be according to pharmacopoeia, and the most important is the drug should be capable of affecting, as it is a herb, as it is a therapeutic agent, as it is a standardized, so it should be a capable of affecting the sensations and functions. So it should affect the body as a whole. It should produce certain signs and symptoms and even cause a death if it is in a fatal dose. If that dose is you in the FMT, you will learn कि the what is the fatal dose of that particular medicine. आर्सेनिक का fatal dose कितना है, या ये फॉस्फोरिक एसिड का fatal dose कितना है, ऑर्गेनोफॉस्फोरस जो कंपाउंड्स है उसका fatal dose कितना है. So fatal dose means that is a sufficient quantity which leads to death. Below that quantity, it will produce only abnormal signs and abnormal signs and symptoms, or the sensation and functions. But after to that, suppose the fatal dose of arsenic is 5 gram. So if that person is taking 1 gram, 2 gram, then it will only causes the abnormality in his body. It will causes the certain nausea, vomiting, abdominal disturbances, or the fear of death. So all the symptoms of the arsenic you will get, that is in the drug proving. So that quantity is below the fatal quantity. But if that person is taking the quantity 10 gram, which is double to that fatal dose, then that will be a fatal to that person, and that person will leads to death. So that drug should have the capacity to causes abnormal sensation and functions, and if it is more than the required quantity, then this may causes a death if continued for a sufficient time and dose. या धीरे धीरे अगर वो पॉइजन ले रहा है इन अ स्मॉल क्वांटिटी 0.5 ग्राम 0.5 ग्राम 0.5 ग्राम, so arsenic has a capacity to deposit in your body. So once it crosses that fatal dose limit, then this will be again leads to the death. So all these qualities are present in the agent. That agent is known as drug. So again, it is a therapeutic agent which act on your body, which should be prepared pharmaceutically from the standardized drug substance. That drug substance should pass all the 5 stages, and according to whom? According to the rules and regulations of that particular pharmacopoeia. And that drug should have a capacity. ये पहले 2 lines तो हो गए उसके morphological characteristic. बाद में के जो 2 लाइन्स है, इट इज रिलेटेड टू द इनर कैपेसिटी और द कैपेबिलिटी ऑफ दैट ड्रग. ये उसने पास कर लिया, लेकिन अगर इफ इट इज नॉट कैपेबल ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग द एबनॉर्मल साइंस एंड सिम्टम्स और इवन द डेथ, then this is not a drug. So it should be sufficiently capable of affecting the sensations and functions, and if it is taken for a sufficient time, for the longer time and a larger dose, then this may causes death. So that agent is known as drug. So this is the definition of the drug. H.A. Roberts says that a drug is any material. हाँ, मुझे एक दूसरी बात बोलनी थी कि in the preliminary examination you have written in that in which question I am not remembering, but you have written the Nash said that, or the H.A. Roberts said that about this. So don't write this. This is not required in the answer. You only write down just related things. The Nash said that or the H.A. Roberts said that. This is if the time अगर आपके पास है तो लास्ट में आप लिख सकते हो, लेकिन this is not expected in the answer. So in the placebo, in which question you have written, I'm not getting the things, but it is not required and it is not expected. If you have a time, extra time अगर आपके पास बचा हुआ है, then you can write down at the end of your answer. So H.A. Roberts said that So again, if the question is this drug, medicine and the remedy, don't write this. ये H. Robert ने क्या कहा है? At the end, okay, but don't write in between the answer. हाँ, placebo में अगर आप लिखते हो कि स्टुअर्ट क्लोज ने कहा है this is the second best remedy, that is okay, that is expected. जहाँ जहाँ पे expected है मैं आपको बोल दूंगी, but don't write in every answer. Drug proving में yes, it is necessary because the drug proving we are taking it from the aphorism. And you know कि there is no separate book for the homeopathic pharmacy. We are having the three reference books, that is a chronic disease, organal and a materia medica. So drug proving we are taking it from the organal, तो उसमें aphorisms आएंगे. Second thing is external applications में advantages and disadvantages में उसमें aphorisms आएंगे. And then only the references are given. But don't write that he said and who said, Nash said and H. Robert said. Don't write that. It's not expected from you. You can, if you want, if you learn it, then you will write down at the end when you will get the sufficient time, or leave some space and then write down at the end. So according to H. Robert, the drug is any material agent in however attenuated form. Attenuated form means it is a potentized form, the ingestion of which is capable so disturbing this balance of vital forces that the functioning of one or more organ of the body is no longer carried out to the best of whole, and any material substance capable of acting on living organism is a drug. So this is a long definition given by H. Robert. So he said that a drug is any material agent. So that drug can be a substance which is found in your surrounding, or it can, you can collect it from the animal or the plant kingdom. Is however attenuated form. Attenuated form means which is not a poisonous form. The ingestion of which, yani when you are eating that, when you ingested that, of which capable of, so it should be capable of disturbing this balance in the vital forces. So vital force should get deranged, there should be the imbalance in the vital force, so that will affect the functions of the organ, and it should be affect the vital force, so that the perfect harmony will not maintain by the vital force, and because of that the vital force is disturbed, because of the disturbance of vital force the cell tissues and the organ will get disturbed, and it should not carry out the best as a whole, so that whole organism should be disturbed, the perfect harmony of the organism should be disturbed, and any substance capable of so acting on the living organism. So अगर कोई material ऐसा कुछ कर रहा है, if it is acting on the whole organism, it disturbing the vital force, it disturbing the harmony inside the body, then that substance and the producing the abnormal signs and symptoms, so that substance in the attenuated form is known as drug. So this definition is not expected from you. Which definition is expected? This one. If this is, it is a therapeutic agent which is prepared pharmaceutically from standardized drug substance according to rules and regulations of pharmacopoeia, which is sufficiently capable of affecting the sensation and functions, even cause death if continued for a sufficient time and dose. So this definition is expected not from the H.A. Robert. H.A. रॉबर्ट ने भी वही कहा है, बट उसने वाइटल फोर्स एंड अदर ऑर्गन्स का इन्वॉल्वमेंट एंड द मटेरियल एज अ होल, ये न्यू वर्ड्स उन्होंने यूज किए हैं. So this is about the definition of the drug and what the H.A. Robert ने क्या कहा है उसके बारे में. Now the types of drug. So these are the three types of drug: mother tincture, mother solution, and the mother substance. So your first question is how you are denoting this mother tincture, mother solution and mother substance. Previously, I have asked you about the definition of these three things. Now, what are the symbols that we are using for mother tincture, solution and substance? And second is in which classes we are preparing tincture, solution and substance. So again, I am repeating the question. What are the symbols that we are using for tincture, solution and substance, and in which classes we are preparing tincture, solution and substance. Now, character of drugs. So we know that drug should be a herb, it should be act on our body, it should be a therapeutic agent, and it should disturb the whole economy, it should disturb the vital force, it should be capable of producing abnormal signs and symptoms. So what the characters of the drug should, or what are the properties of that drug that we are identifying, that we are selecting, and now we are taking that drug. So the science of identifying crude drugs is very important in the homeopathic pharmacy, and hence an acquaintance with the chief physical and chemical properties of the drug is much valued. So the physical, that means the morphological characteristic, how it should be identified, how it should be collected, in which form we have to be collected, that it is in a fresh form or that dried form, that physical properties. And second one is the chemical properties, in which alkaloids are present, in which part we are, sometime we are taking only the root, sometime we are only taking the rhizome, sometime we are only taking the ball. So for that, the physical and the chemical properties of the drug we should know. So this is more important. If it is not properly grow, or that chemical alkaloid or the chemical integrity is not proper in that drug, then it will not show its full effect, it will not capable of producing the abnormal signs and symptoms, and hence this physical and the chemical properties of the drug is having much value. Knowledge of physical character of each drug is acquired by comparison of the description of the particular drug with its actual specimen, when particular care should be taken about the character, taste, smell, shape, color, weight, etc. of the drug. So that means we are doing here organoleptic standardization. So one, that supplier will give you the drug, so you have to check all these things with your organs, its size, shape, taste, smell, color, its weight. In the quality control we have seen, if it is more than 100 kg, how much sample we have to be collected, if it is less than 10 kg, how much sample we have to be collected. So this is about the physical property. And regarding the chemical property also, we have to do the analysis, we have to do the microchemistry also, fluorescence test we are doing sometime, we are doing the ash test. So all these properties should be properly judged, and these are having the much value because presence of these qualities only, okay, because of its chemical integrity, because of presence of its alkaloid, we are using it as a drug. And if that drug is not possessing all these chemical properties, then it will of no use, the drug proving will disturb. At the same time, that patient will also not get the relief. At the same time, the physical properties are also important, because the size, shape, or the color, or the taste, if it is not proper, again it will affect the value of that drug, it will affect this abnormal signs and symptoms, it will not produce the abnormal signs and symptoms which we are expecting. So your actual specimen should be matched with all the standards that is given in the book. maybe the pharmacopoeia, or it may be from the sources of materia medica. So it should be matched with the standardized sample, plus it should be compared with the standardized terms and your actual sample. So this is the importance of the physical and the chemical property. Now next, that we will see the impurities of the drug. Take second. The impurities of the drugs are again important, because if the impurities are present, then it will not show the proper proving, and we will not get the proper result while curing the patient. Impurities in drugs may arise from various causes. The following are the common causes. So first one is the imperfect selection. So in the imperfect selection, this is due to the ignorance of collectors. If that collector is not interested of collecting crude drug substance, crude vegetable substance, then this will be a imperfect selection, who are imperfectly acquainted with their botanical character. First thing is he is not interested. Second thing is that he may not having the proper knowledge of the botanical character of that drug substance, and therefore this all these two things will leads to fail to distinguish between from allied fails to distinguish them from the allied species. So if that person is not having the knowledge of the morphological character of that drug, and second thing is that if it is not interested to collect that drug, then you will not get the proper species of that drug, या फिर दूसरी कोई species, दूसरा कोई plant वैसे ही वहाँ पे है. So again you will not get the new drug substance. You will not distinguish between the other that particular drug from the other species. So this will leads to the substitution of an inferior or the allied article for the genuine one. So we will not get the proper drug substance which is a genuine one, and you will get the inferior quality drug. या फिर ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि the new species which is developed in that particular area, लेकिन उसको वो botanist को उसका knowledge ही नहीं है, so you will not get that new species also. You will not the value addition वहाँ पे आपको कुछ भी नहीं होगा. So that may be the reason for the imperfect selection. So जो भी आप botanist आपके साथ आने वाला है या physician आपके साथ आने वाला है for the selection, he should be voluntarily comes with you. He should have the knowledge of that particular plant, and he should have the knowledge of the allied species also. He should have the extra knowledge about that particular plant or about that particular species, so that the inferior quality you will not get, and you can get the allied species also. So this is about, and if it is not perfect, then this may leads to the adulteration or the inferior quality of the drug you will get. द सेकेंड इज द इम्परफेक्ट प्रिजर्वेशन. एक ठीक है, आपका बॉटनिस्ट अच्छा है, आपने उसको सिलेक्ट अच्छे से कर लिया, यू गॉट द अलाइड स्पीशीज ऑल्सो. द सेकेंड थिंग, एक बार कलेक्ट करने के बाद इट शुड बी प्रिजर्व प्रॉपरली. दिस इज वन ऑफ द कॉजेज ऑफ डिटोरिएशन of many drugs. Several drugs are materially affected by, so we know the factors by which that drug is affected. They are light and air. Other may be the lapse of time. So if we have seen in the preservation of mother tincture and the potentized medicine, how they should be preserved, that it should not be kept in the any bottle which is having the yellow color, because it may affect the chemical integrity of that drug substance. Second thing is that it should be kept away from the sunlight, because if you are collecting the fresh drug substance and if you want to preserve for 2 to 3 hours, but in that time also if the sunlight is there, then that fresh drug substance will convert it into the dry drug substance. If you are collecting the small parts of that plant, then if the much air is there, then there may be the chances that they will flow with the wind. And if there is a moisture is there, then that substance may absorb, or that may substance get deteriorate because of the more amount of moisture which is present in that particular area. So your all the things will be in a waste. Your selection identification will be in a waste if it is not properly preserved. So with the selection, the preservation is again the important factor. So that drug substance should be preserved away from the sunlight, away from the heat, away from the wind, and most important, it should be again away from any rodent or any insect. Otherwise they will again help to for the deterioration of that drug substance. So if it is not properly preserved, again it will get adulterated. The third one is that अगर आपका selection proper हो गया, आपका preservation भी proper हो गया, but if there is a fault in the preparation, so what will happen? So that may add the impurity. The impurities may be of two kinds. Those which exist in the crude drugs. अगर सिलेक्शन में ही कुछ थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम था, आपने निग्लेक्ट किया, या फिर प्रिजर्वेशन में प्रॉब्लम था, अगेन आपने निग्लेक्ट किया, so that will affect the preparation. Suppose you want to prepare the any food article. For that you are selecting the proper quality of that ingredients, plus you are also preserving that. If you want to prepare the ice cream also, you have to select good quality of milk, you have to be boil it properly, and you have to be preserve it properly. Otherwise if उसमें अगर sour thing या खट्टा गिर गया, so it will get spoiled. So your selection and preservation should be proper, so that the preparation will proper. So first thing is that if that crude drug substance, if it is not proper, then this will affect the preparation. Second, those which arise byproducts during the process of preparation. So the byproducts which are obtaining, that should be properly discarded, that we do not require. So in for example, yesterday we have seen in the maceration. So the first process that we are doing in the maceration is decantation, and then we are doing the filtration. So if you are not doing the decantation and directly if you are doing the filtration, so that will not be proper way of collection of that mother tincture. All the small fibers on all um, uh, that residue will be collected on that muslin cloth or the filter paper, and this will choke up that liquid part. Now this will choke up the superlatent fluid, and this will not be a proper filtration. So the every step should be proper. So the impurities may be of two kind that can be occur in the while preparation of mother tincture from drug. The first one is that the drug substance is not properly selected, or which will be exist in the crude drug substance. And the second thing is that the byproduct process, or the those which arise as a byproduct during the process of preparation. If you are not properly handling the byproduct, then this will again affect the preparation. So these two things are happening while preparation of the drug. They can be avoided by only proper handling and the proper way of selection. The fourth thing is the adulteration. This is the intentional में भी हो सकता है, या फिर unintentional भी हो सकता है, कि adding the foreign materials into the drug substance to get the more profit. We have seen the adulteration in the saclac, or in the glycerine, or in the water also. We have seen alcohol also. We have seen in the saclac they can add the flour, they can add the starch, they can add the chalk powder, or in the alcohol also they can add the water, they can add the fusel oil. In the glycerin also they can add the alcohol or the water. So we have seen the adulterants, and we have to check the adulterants which are present in that drug substance. So that adulterants may be intentional or unintentional. Unintentional may if the improper handling is there, and the intentional may to get the profit. to get the more money from that manufacturer. The supplier may add adulterants. The Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of India maintains the limit of permissible impurities in crude drugs. A knowledge of this is of utmost importance to the pharmacist for the supply of drugs, confirming that the pharmacopoeial standards of purity and activity. So some unintentional things can be added into that crude drug substance that is acceptable. So Indian Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia has also given the certain limit कि ठीक है थोड़ी फार impurity हो सकती है unintentionally, कि कभी कभी handling में, कभी कभी preservation में, it's okay, 0.1% is okay, but beyond that limit, if the adulterants are there, then it should be neglected, it should be discarded. So all these things we should keep into the mind, that is the physical and chemical properties, impurities of the drugs, um, that is the imperfect selection. Imperfect selection may the botanist should be well aware of all the species, he should be properly interested. Then imperfect preservation में भी impurities add हो सकते हैं because of it is not keeping that drug substance away from sunlight or heat or air. Imperfect preparation में भी impurities add हो सकते हैं because of not proper selection and preservation and not discarding the byproduct. And some adulterations can be added into the drug substance intentionally or unintentionally. So these are all the impurity. These are all the things by which the impurities of the drug can get added into the drug. And so all these factors we should avoid regarding the drug. Now we will see the two types of drug, crude drugs and narcotic drugs. Crude drug means by crude drugs are made the commercial forms of drugs taken from the vegetable, animal and mineral kingdoms as are brought to the market and utilized for the purpose of preparing medicines. This is the crude drug. So anything which may be from any origin, from any kingdom and utilized for the preparation of medicine, that is a crude drug. But it should pass all the standardized processes. And the second thing is that it should be follow all the rules and regulations which are given in the pharmacopoeia. The second type of drugs are also available in the market, or we can say that if we are preparing the medicine from that drugs, they are the narcotics. The drug which produce abnormally deep sleep. They take away the sensibility, sensation and irritability in their primary action to increase sensibility and irritability in their secondary action, even if used in the moderate doses. So narcotic में क्या होगा, in the primary action we have seen in the drug proving also, in the narcotics we are taking the secondary action, या फिर जो symptoms हमको बाद में मिलेंगे during the secondary action, that we are taking into the consideration, if you are remembering. So these drug which causes a deep sleep, which is acting on your brain, that is known as a narcotics. So in the primary action, what they will do, they will take away the sensibility, sensation and irritability in the primary action, so that patient is very much क्या बोलेंगे उसको, the patient will not active, it is in a passive, because he wants to sleep, he wants to lie down, he want to rest. So उसके जो functions है वो पूरे depress हो जाएंगे. And in the secondary action, the जितने वो कम हुए थे उतने ही वो increase हो गए. So in the secondary action, it will increase sensibility, it will increases the irritability, and hence we have to take into the consideration in the secondary action of these narcotic drugs. And in the drug proving, in case of narcotic drug, we are recording only the secondary symptoms or the secondary action of the narcotic drug. So in the crude drug substance, when you are proving you have to take only the primary action, because there are no two such actions in the crude drugs. They are acting on the body and you have to record all the symptoms. But when we are doing the drug proving of narcotic drugs, as in the primary action, they are taking away all the sensation functions and the patient is not much active in that stage. But in the secondary action, all the sensation increase irritability, increase sensation, increase function, and hence we have to take into the consideration the secondary action or the secondary symptoms related to narcotic drugs. So this is about drug, its definition, word meaning, types of drug. Physical and chemical properties are important regarding the character of drug. Impurities of drug we have seen. In the impurities can be added while selection, preservation, preparation, and some adulterants or the impurities are added intentionally or unintentionally. Then we have seen the two types of drugs which we are using during drug proving: crude drugs and narcotic drugs. Crude drugs, we are taking all the symptoms and signs in the primary action only. But in the narcotic drugs, we have to take into the account the secondary action. Now, the second part of this chapter is the medicine. So, what is a medicine? When a drug has been potentized homeopathically and proved on healthy human being in both sexes, all ages, and in different constitutions, producing abnormal signs and symptoms, both objective and subjective, is called medicine. So एक ऊपर की स्टेयर जो है ड्रग से, that is a medicine. सो दैट इसमें एक इम्पॉर्टेंट वर्ड क्या है कि ड्रग जो आपने सेलेक्ट किया है, स्टैंडर्डाइज किया है, उसमें कुछ इम्प्योरिटीज नहीं है, उसके फिजिकल एंड केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज आर ऑल राइट, इट इज अ क्रूड ड्रग सब्सटेंस or it may be the narcotic drug substance. And the most important is it should be a potentized homeopathically. Here I forget to write the word homeopathically. Because this process is present in our pathy only, and that's why it should be potentized either according to the old method or according to the new method, whatever the method is you are using for the potentization. It should be potentized form, it should not be in a crude form, and proved on healthy human beings. So when you are proving in the potentized form, you know all the signs and symptoms of that particular drug. On proving on the यानी उसके clinical trial खत्म हो गए हैं किस पर? On both the genders, male and female, in all the ages, child or the middle age and the older age, and different constitutions. So different constitutions. So different constitutions पे it is proved, then only it and उसमें जब it is proving, it is producing the abnormal signs and abnormal symptoms. So ये सब पैरामीटर्स अगर वो ड्रग ने या फिर वो ड्रग सब्सटेंस ने which is in the potentized form, अगर ये सब दिया है, then will be called it as a medicine. So potentized form में it is proved on all the ages, in both the genders and different constitutions. Then it is capable of producing abnormal signs and symptoms. Then that substance is known as a medicine. Homeopathic medicines include any substance which is recorded in a standard book of Materia Medica from Hahnemann from Hahnemann down to the present day authorities with the symptoms gathered from proving on healthy human beings or symptoms not found during the proving but observed to be actually cured by substances during their administration to sick persons, or symptoms observed either accidentally or by control experiment, or observed as a toxicological effect on human beings or animals, and which are being prepared as per homeopathic pharmacy and administered to the sick according to the symptoms similarity. So not only the these drug proving parameter, but